Hi everyone, can you hear me? Okay. We will kick off very soon. We're waiting for more persons to join in so that we kick off. Please, if you can hear me, indicate via the chat box here. Just say hello. You can mention your name and where you are logging in from so that we'll start immediately. Okay, so hello, good afternoon once again, everyone. My name is Pascal Ofodum, and I'm a program manager for Inspire. Today, we are going to handle a lot of questions that most of you have been asking concerning the Ideate program. So, while we're waiting for a couple of other people to join in, we'll start handling the general questions we've had so far. So if you are logging in, quickly say your name, your location, and maybe the name of your startup and what you do, and your expectation from the Ideate program. Then, if you have questions, please drop your questions in the comment box, and we will pick questions from there as we proceed with this session. Once again, good evening. And as you already know, Inspire Hub is um, an incubation cum accelerator hub that um, that is under the Abuja Technology Village initiative, which is on a drive to democratize innovation um, and technology and generally support for entrepreneurs across Abuja, Nigeria, and Africa at large, which was why we opened up this particular Ideate program for startups across Africa, not just Abuja and Nigeria. So, without taking much of your time, we would go into some of the questions we have here. Please, if you are joining in, you can quickly say your name, your location, and your expectations for this session. If you have questions, you can quickly drop your questions on the comment section and we'll pick questions from there as we proceed. So the first question we'll be handling today is about the Ideate program. A couple of people have asked if the Ideate is an acceleration program or an incubation program or any other program that some people have mentioned. So we want to define Ideate right away. Now, Ideate is more or less an ideation program for entrepreneurs who are just trying to build out their idea from the scratch. Now, it brings together experts, mentors, coaches that are passionate about helping individuals and businesses build their businesses. Now, this program is not for entrepreneurs that need acceleration. That means you are already in the market and maybe you are looking to scale maybe from 1,000 or 20,000 to 50,000 users. No, Ideate is for individuals who are building from the scratch. You have an idea, you are not sure where to start from, or you already have a sample of your product, or maybe you built your website, you don't know how to get users, or you are basically interested in building that idea, but you are not very sure how to go about it, or even when you've started, you are confused on the next step to take. So Ideate helps position you in a better place to build your startup stage by stage, so that at each stage of your business, you know what you should be doing, when you should be talking to users, whether you should be looking for investors, if at all you need investors. So that's what Ideate is about. So it's open for all entrepreneurs across Africa. Now, another second question, one of the questions we always get: how is Ideate different from other startup programs? Now, Ideate separates itself from other programs through the continuous support and access to resources we offer to graduates from this program. Now, after this program, we are not letting you out to go and hustle the market on your own. We've provided a support group for you where you can always ask us questions, reach out to us whenever you need support, co-working space and all of that. If it's something we can give you free of charge, we do that. If it's something that we can help you get at a discount, we do that. So we are here for you for the long term. So apart from the training, once you are done with the training, you still maintain membership of our startup community, where we offer you continuous support and answer the question you might have concerning your startup from time to time. Please, if you are just joining in, kindly state your name, your location, what your business does, and any question you might have while we proceed with this. Now, who is this program for? Who is Ideate for? Ideate is for African founders or co-founders who are actively building their tech-enabled businesses and whose businesses have high growth potential and align in one way or the other with any of the SDGs. Now, this is very important. If you are selling conventional businesses, I don't want to say fufu, but then if you are if you are doing conventional businesses that are not tech enabled, you need not apply for Ideate. We are very interested in businesses that are tech enabled and can scale at a very high rate. So even if you are operating a conventional business or a roadside business or whatever business that are not tech enabled, and you figured out a way to make it tech enabled, and you figured out a way to make it scale faster than the normal businesses, then you could try out Ideate. Another thing is you should figure out a way to link your startup or your business to any of the 17 sustainable development goals. If you don't know the sustainable development goals, go to Google and type in sustainable development goals. Go through all the 17 sustainable development goals, know how your business solves any of the goals or most of the goals. Some businesses might be solving like 3 or 4 goals or 5 or more. So find a way to link your business to any of the sustainable development goals. Secondly, make sure that it's tech enabled or find a way to make it tech enabled. Then the third one, make sure it has high growth potential. If you don't know how to make, in fact, I feel every business could be scaled faster if the founder finds a way to do that. So it's up to you to go do your research to know how you can make your startup fit the criteria we've set. So the third question is: the program online or in person? Now we've opened up this cohort and the next to ensure that African founders, whether they are based here in Abuja or not, they are able to join this program. So you are free to join us physically. If you are based in Abuja, Nigeria, you are free to join physically. If you are based outside Abuja or Nigeria, you can join us remotely and you still have access to all the benefits we are providing for startups that scale this program. The fifth question we have here, what is the cost of the program? Now, the training to be delivered by the resource persons we are bringing in would cost each participant 1,500 USD. That's 1,500 USD. Then when you add all the training and then the resources, access to resources, continuous startup support and startup deals, and all of the things that will give you access to, the program might be amounting to 15,000 USD. But then we are giving it to you free of charge. So that's why we are very particular about the kind of people we admit to this program. It's not just the kind of people that will come and maybe misuse the resources we are giving them. We want to be sure that you are serious about building your businesses. If you are serious about building your business, then be certain that you will access the program free of charge, no payment attached to it. Our number one consideration is to make sure that you meet the criteria we've set, which is one, you must be an African. You might be living anywhere in Africa. Secondly, your business must be tech enabled. Then the third, it must link to any of the sustainable development goals. Then fourth, it should have high growth potential. Once you meet all of this and you are serious about building your business, our assessment team will surely go through your application carefully, among other considerations, to admit you to this program. So again, the program is worth over 15,000 USD with all the support we've gotten for our startups. Of recent, we secured a deal worth over thousands of dollars from HubSpot, which gives our startup 90% off for all HubSpot products. So these are the kind of deals we are offering to you free of charge. The program is not paid, but it's worth over 15,000 USD. If you get into the program, you are getting everything free of charge, including access to our work space here in Abuja, all through the duration of your program. Now, is there financial aid available for those unable to afford the fee? Certainly, yes. If you get into the program and you meet all the criteria we set, you are getting everything free of charge at no cost. Now, would participants have access to program study material? Yes, the participants would be able to access the program study material for future study. Please, if you are coming in, you can introduce yourself in the chat box, drop in your question so that we address your question. So let's quickly rush through the question we have here before we start taking questions from the audience. So the next question that we have here, do participants have access to the facilitators during the program? Certainly, yes. You are free to connect with the facilitators at their own convenience. If they drop their phone numbers or emails for you, fine, you can reach out to them. Otherwise, you are free to reach out to them via LinkedIn or any medium they mention for you to be able to reach out to them. Now, do participants have access to the co-working space? Yes, you have access to Inspire's co-working space. during the duration of your specific cohort training. So if you are for cohort 4, during cohort 4, you have access to our co-working space all through that period. If you are for cohort 5, same applies to you. You have access to the co-working space during the course of cohort 5 training. Now, would participants receive seed funding after the program? No, we do not guarantee or include access to seed funding as part of this program. However, we will give you access to all the resources and all the tools you will need to be able to prepare your startup so that you can easily attract seed funding. Seed funding is beyond chasing for funds and chasing for investors. You must be investment ready. There are things investors look at before they fund startups. So we do our best to make sure that we prepare you with the foundational requirements or elements you need to put in place before you start approaching investors. But then Ideate 4.0 does not include promise or guarantee of any seed funding. Now, the next question we have here, are we allowed to partner with fellow entrepreneurs? Now, you are allowed to collaborate with your fellow entrepreneurs for any assignment, for anything at all, but then we do not bear the liability of any outcome proceeding from your partnership with anyone. You can do business with anyone, you can do anything with anyone, but then we would not be held liable if any outcome comes out of it. So it is left for you to research about whomever you want to partner with or whomever you want to collaborate with. We can only do our best to give you the best guides when trying to engage in business partnerships and the likes. But then you are solely responsible for whatever liability that comes out of that. So please, okay. Hello, Anna Ashenafi. Okay, Anna, you are welcome. Great to have you here. Hello from Addis Ababa. Great to have you, Anna. So, Anna, if you have any question, please type in the comment section. Every other person here, please, if you are here, you can type in your name and your location. Then if you have any question, please drop your questions in the comment section so that we start addressing your personal questions immediately. This session is scheduled to be for 40 minutes maximum so that we can go back to our usual businesses. So if you have questions, please drop them in while I continue with some of the questions here. Okay. Hello, Anita. You are welcome. And from Abuja, Nigeria. Please feel free to drop in your questions so that we attend to your questions quickly. So, while we continue with this session, so there is another question where some people asked about accelerator program. No, this is just an ideation program. So an ideation program is different from an accelerator program. Okay, Anita, I'll come back to your questions. Anita asks, what is the format of the program, like outline? Okay, so concerning the outline that Anita just asked, we will give you the outline of the program as soon as you are admitted into the program. The application will close on 9th August, and the main program, I think, starts on the following Monday after 9th August. So you have the whole of that weekend to get onboarded on the platform, have access to the schedule or the outline that will be used all through the program and what is going to cover. So you will definitely have access to it as soon as you are admitted into the program. The first thing is to get admitted into the program, then you get to have access to the outline, the resources, access to the speakers, and all of those things. All of those will come when you've been admitted into the program. So back to the question I was handling. Please, if you have more questions, you can drop in your questions in the comment section. So another question that most people do ask is this an accelerator program or how does it differ from YC? Now, YC is an accelerator program, not an ideation program. The Inspire ideation program is more or less like the first step you need to pass through for you to be able to build a foundational product that you test in the market, build, scale before you think about an accelerator program like YC. For you to get into a program like YC, you need to have built the basics of your product. Your product should have some level of traction. You should have studied your market very well to make sure that this is a product that will be viable and that will be profitable and your market will buy into. And this is what Inspire is helping you to build. So you have to first build your product, you have to go to the market, get enough traction, and all of the basics you need before thinking of approaching investors or approaching any of the accelerators that would help you scale and get more investors. So we are like the first step of the 1,000 steps, as it will be said that the journey of 1,000 miles begin with a step. Inspire is like the first step you will take. The Inspire Ideate program is like the first step you will take to bring your idea together, turn it into a product, go to the market, start reaching out to your clients or your customers, getting feedbacks, iterating your product to fit what the market wants, and all of those things, and then reaching out to angel investors or VCs and the like. So we are like the first step for you before you start even thinking about accelerators and the likes. So please, if you have more questions, drop your questions in the comment section. Any questions at all? Let me check the page. Okay. So please, if you have more questions, you can drop in your questions. We are almost approaching um, the end of our time for this session. So please, if you have questions, kindly drop in your questions so that we handle your questions here once and for all. Okay, someone also asked on the group if the program is paid. As I mentioned, Inspire Ideate program is a free program, although the whole program is valued at over 15,000 USD. All the resources you'll be getting access to are worth close to 20,000 US dollar, but then we are giving it to you free of charge because we have sponsors who have given resources for us to support all of the startups that will get into this program. So we need to make sure that the best of the best are admitted into this program. All of the resources, the support, access to speakers, access to startup deals, access to even our free space that you'll be getting, everything is valued to over 20,000 USD, but then you will get it free of charge if you are admitted into this program. So the program is free of charge so far as you meet the criteria and you are admitted into this program. Any other question, we'll be rounding up in 9 minutes. So let's quickly look at the last question left here. So please, if you have any questions, please drop your questions. We'll be rounding up this session in 9 minutes so that we quickly handle your questions here once and for all. So the next question is, do we have access to the community after the training? So the Inspire community is meant for every startup based in Africa. So far as you pass through this program and you graduate as an Ideate alumni, you still maintain access to our community where we share with you um, new opportunities related to startups. I'm sure that you must have seen some of the opportunities we shared today concerning startup funding, startup accelerator program, and some support for startups. So from time to time, we normally share opportunities and resources like this that we think might be helpful to our startup. So if you want to maintain access to this premium support for our startups, you need to pass through the Ideate program and graduate. And for you to graduate, you need to attend at least 80% of all the sessions that will be organized for you. So we have sessions by facilitators and we have fireside sessions also for entrepreneurs. So you need to attend at least 80% of all these sessions before you can boldly be called an Ideate alumni. And once you graduate, you still have access to the community and all the resources that are meant for our startup community. Also, as an Ideate graduate, we will also give you access to our co-working space at a great discount. Even all of our resources here, once you identify as an Ideate graduate, you'll be having access to most of our resources at a discount rate. So if you have any other question, please drop in, else we'll be ending this session very soon. We've handled most of the questions you have here. So let's check some of the questions that are yet to be handled. I think we've handled all the questions. Okay, concerning the workspace, someone asked the question concerning the workspace. You have access to the co-working space only during the course of your cohort. If you are for cohort 5, you have access to the workspace during the training of cohort 5. If you are for cohort 4, you have free access to the workspace. So you can come in the morning till close of work by 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. whenever you want to close. Once you are admitted to the program and you are identified as a participant for that cohort, you have access to the co-working space throughout that cohort. You have access to the co-working space free of charge throughout your cohort, but subsequently, you could be given a discount for the co-working space because you are an alumni. So that's the more reason why you should get in and not just getting into the program, but also attend all the sessions for you to be able to qualify as an alumni of Ideate so that you have access to all these benefits for our alumni. So guys, since there is no more question, we'll be ending this session very soon. So this is a recorded session So I hope that we will all have time to share with others so that those that are not here can be able to rewatch and have access to it later. Thank you very much for attending this program, for attending this session on the Ideate AMA. Anita, Hannah, Arome, and all those that joined in. Thank you very much, and we look forward to um, having you get admitted into the Ideate 4.0 cohort. Thank you very much, and do have the best of the week ahead. Bye.